For more on that pass rate, we're now joined by the MEC himself, Free State Education MEC, Makalo Mohale, and he joins us in studio for more on this discussion. Welcome to the late edition, Mr. Mohale. One would say that, looking at the Free State and how well they have performed, many are asking themselves, how do you continue doing this? How do you continue retaining that number one position?
Yeah, no, thanks very much. Let me first just to appreciate and really congratulate the learners for working so hard and also thank the teachers and all the officials of the department for the support which they have given to these learners, and also thank everyone, the parents, all the other stakeholders and the general communities at large, as well as all the other organs of state who have also lend a hand in ensuring that we retain our number one spot, or who are equally, or to whom we can attribute this good performance. How we do it is basically what I've said, all the stakeholders that I've indicated. That's our secret in the Free State. Everyone prioritizes education. We really live what we normally tell the people, that education is a societal issue. So it is not only a departmental issue, but over and above, all of those that are tasked with the responsibilities, they go extra mile in doing so. As I said, the teachers, they don't just go and teach the learners. They really ensure that all the learners are supported, and the officials at the departments, they ensure that they support those in teaching and learning in their various responsibilities. And like I said, the parents are equally supportive. But we have a solid foundation as a department where we ensure that we give attention to almost every learner. We pay particular attention to ensure that where there are challenges, we design specific response to that so that we can excel, as well as the areas of where there's a need for an improvement. We're able to be focused so that we can achieve that which we have set ourselves. We are more focused department.
And I must say that, just listening to the minister a bit earlier on, she also touched on the fact that some of your districts are doing exceptionally well, and those are also highlighted in that speech. What are you doing differently compared to other provinces?
Yes, we are one of those provinces with where we have ensured that we have more competent officials, including the district directors, focus more on leadership, because all of these achievements would not be possible if we didn't have strong leadership. So all our district directors are very strong. They work as a team with their district management teams. There is that high level of cooperation and of working together at the level of our district as well as the schools. And like I say, most of the work happens at the level of the districts. They are the ones that are closer to the schools. They are the ones that are closer to the community. So I think their ability to can infuse a cooperation of everyone is really taking us to this. But importantly, all of our district directors are leading from the front, as well as our senior managers. You find over the weekend or during any extra intervention program, whether it's Sunday or it's Saturday, you find the district director there. You also find some of the support staff from the curriculum, officials. So I think the hard work that everyone has been exerting in the entire process has seen us to be this far.
And we know we can't discuss the Free State results without mentioning the former MEC, or the late MEC Tate Mahwe. And one would ask, how important is it for your province to continue with his legacy and to continue to ensure that the matriculants in your province do well?
Yes, it's quite important because it is under his leadership where he led a process where he has shown the country and everyone that Free State is capable. Free State is, it has all that which it takes to can be a leading province, as opposed to previously, because in the past, before his tenure at the department, Free State as one of those that were somewhere in the middle or any other place except to be in the top 3 or even the top province. So, and he always believed that if we continue to do more, we'll be leading province one day. Because we have always been interacting with him in various capacities and in other roles. So he has always believed that Free State is capable if we continue to support the education department. And I think that in itself was one of those motivating factors to say anything is possible. So under his leadership, I think he inspired us a lot. And it's not only for education, but for or even all other departments or even other state institutions in the province. Once they believe that they can make it in whatever improvement or any other area of service delivery, they should always persist and work hard, because definitely there is nothing that can really stop anyone who's determined and who is working hard. I think that's what we draw mostly from his strong belief, which he always believed that Free State can make it through the hard work.
And just a couple of days ago, Mr. Mohale, we ran a story here on the Late Edition, and of course it spoke about a drop of 40% for grade 10 pupils in the 2023 academic year. I mean, you know, one would say, how concerned are you when it comes to those results in your province, if your province is so well known for a pass rate like we are talking about today?
Yes, on the one hand, it's quite concerning. We can't downplay it. But we are comforted by two things. One, it's a reflection of what affects the whole country. You'd remember that those grade 10s were actually in grade 9 or an earlier grade, not grade 9, grade 8. At the peak of COVID-19 pandemic. Now, it is a common cause that during the COVID-19, there was a reduced learning. There has to be some trimming of curriculum, but at the same time, what is important is that, remember the learners when they're in grade 8, this is where now they are in the senior phase. But most importantly, is when there are other additions to the curriculum. So it is at that time when the foundation for the grade 10 and ultimately which will be for grade 12 was the most important in the learning cycle. And this is the period in which they have lost the time when they were supposed to have that necessary foundation of learning in those various areas due to COVID. That's what is concerning. However, I'm not so much worried, because in our budget vote of this year, I have indicators that one of our focal areas is going to be the grade 12, precisely because we understood that we had to catch up for the lost time of learning in the past 2 years or so when COVID was at its peak. And you'll understand our curriculum, that our curriculum is such that it's built up, it's like a building block on a particular area for this year. The next year is going to be built up on us. So if you miss some of the key issues at an elementary level, you are bound to encounter some of the problems. But the reason I'm saying I'm not that worried, or put differently, I don't think the situation has reached a crisis level, is because we have foresaw that there will be this, and that is why all the other extra efforts that we're making in terms of teacher development, in terms of intervention measures and all of those, we have dedicated a lot of time and resources to really counteract, so that we don't carry on with these deficiencies up until grade 12. So I think at that level, again, if you remember grade 10 is also that level in education cycle where the learners now have to choose. So that has had an effect. So there are always these levels where they are quite challenging due to changes, being your grade 8, grade 10, even on some of the lower. And grade 10 is one of those areas where there are this little bit of changes which affects the learners.
And MEC, before I let you go, what improvements do you want to see from the class of 2024, the improvement from the class of 2023? I mean, you've obtained a pass mark of 89.0% for the year 2023. I'm sure you are eyeing, on an increase there for your province for this year's results.
Yes, indeed. 3 months ago, I indicated to the nation that we were aiming for 90, and we could not get a 90, but we nonetheless attained the highest mark ever in the history of the pass rate, being in the country or even in the province. So we still aim high. At least we shouldn't be less than 90% in the upcoming year. But most importantly, it's not about the pass rate. We're quite concerned as a department about, after passing matric, what then? I think that's the biggest elephant in the room. Because after 13 years, 12 years of studying, the families have so many hopes, so much hopes on the youngsters. And I think that's what really defines my priority area. I've always been worried about how then do we elevate education to the level where it can impact the lives of the youngsters. I know education as a system, we only play a particular role up until as a basic education, and higher education still to play another role. But the reality of the matter is that a large chunk of these youngsters, some of them are not able to access higher education. So our vision and our intentions is that at the end of the day, we should have a basic education system which is so diverse in offerings, which will enable the youngsters that even those that may not be able to access higher education, at least they should be sufficiently capacitated to can explore opportunities that are out there so that they do something with their lives. To us, education is not only about passing, because we understand very clearly that education is one of those tools or the means which we use to transform and change their lives. So it really should live up to that particular intention.
MEC, thank you so much for your time and joining us this evening here in studio. That is Free State Education MEC Makalo Mohale talking about the performance of the matriculants in the Free State. Again, they being the top achievers in this country, 89.0%. That's the mark that they obtained in the 2023 class.